Welcome to Mora IFC. It is what it is. This is the right way. This is the right way how to sew this Senator top, how to cut it, and so you can see how the bottom has been folded. I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks that you need in folding this part. It's very, very important. You need to learn how to stitch that part, otherwise you're going to stitch that part wrongly. It's very, very simple and easy. I'm going to break it down the simplest, all the tips and tricks that you need in achieving this beautiful style. As you can see that there's no top stitching nowhere. There's no top stitching nowhere. So I'm going to break it down in the simplest, in the easiest. So there are several ways how you can sew this one, but this is the right way how to go about it so that you won't put a lot of thread in front of the style. It's not going to look nice. So without wasting much time, so let's get started. I'm using a chest of 30, length, shoulder 14, length 27, and the sleeve 20. And this is the fabric. This is one. I'll come back to that later. We're going to divide your bars by 4. Divide your bar by 4, 30. So 30 divided by 4, that will give me 7.5. 7.5, I'm going to add 1.5 inch. By this time I'm adding 2 inches, not 1.5. I'm adding 2 inches to it. So this is my 7.5 and my 2 inches allowance. The person needs extra space so that you can open it as time goes on. The length 27th. This time the length I'm not adding nothing. I'm not adding anything to it, just 27. As you can see the design, you see we have the one inside and you have 2 outside. Do you understand? There are 2 outside and the 1 inside. This is the inside one. That's why I labeled it 1. That's the inside. And this is the 2 and 3. Do you understand? That's 2 and 3. As you can see the design, one is longer than the other ones. The one inside, the one that is inside is longer. So the 2 and the 3 have the same length. The 2 and the 3 have the same length. And the one that I label 1, that's the inside one. That's the inside. That is short. They are short. So I added 2 inches or 1.5 longer than the actual measurement, which is 27th. So this is the one. That's the inside of it. If you look at the inside is short. It's not. They are not the same length. It's short. So I'm going to use, this is the back of the Senator top, the back. I'm not going to use the inside one. No, not the inside one. I'm going to use the outside one. That's the one I'm going to use to cut the front. So this is the inside one. This is the inside, the one that is inside the first floor. This is the inside. So I'm marking from the center. I'm marking where the first one gonna start from. That's 1.5 for an elderly. Mark 2 inches. Elder person mark 2 inches. That is where the first one gonna start. So we have 1 and the 2. That is where the 2 gonna start, and the 3 you just mark. I'm marking where the 3 gonna start. Then I'll go 1 inch away from the 1.5 that I mark. So if you're an elder person, you mark 2 inches. Then the third one have to be 3 inches. Do you understand? The third one have to be 3 inches. That is, the interval have to be 1 hour, 1 inches away or 1.5 inches away. Basically, the second one, this second pattern, I will advise you to add extra 2 inches to it. so that it will be wider than the rest, because when it's folded this way, you can see that the folding, what is left is kind of small. Do you understand? What is left is really small. So I advise you that when cutting it, don't cut it the same width, cut the same length, but this part, these two have to be bigger, 2 extra inches bigger than the other one, so that when you fold, you can have something big like this. This one is the third one. Do you understand? So when you put it this way, you can see that the third one has a bigger portion over there. I'm checking the difference. So you can see I have 1, 2, 3. Now it has formed like a steps. Do you understand? It has formed like a steps. So when you do it this way, it becomes very, very simple for you guys. So this is how it's going to be. Remember, they are on fold. They are on fold. So I'm going to cut 2 and 3 open. I'm going to cut 2 and 3 open. 2 and 3, they are on fold. The one we are not going to cut, we're just going to leave it like that. But the 2 and 3, they are on fold, so I'm going to cut it open. And this is the 2, I'm cutting it open. That's why I said it's advisable for this part 2, this 2 fabric. It's advisable. You can see that here is very, very small. When we cut into 2, when we fold it this way, you can see the measurement here is very small, so you can add some to it. I'm going to add some to that part, and I'll show it to you when I'm adding it. So for this one, it's advisable to let it be wider than the rest, so that when you fold this part, you can have enough space when folding that part. So I'll add some to it. This is the one. This is untouchable. We are not going to cut it open. About the bottom where the bottom is, we're going to fold the bottom side. So this is the bottom of the inner one. That's what I'm doing right now. So when I open it this way, let me show you something. So this, for you to see that you are on the right path. After that, you just have to open it and place it on this, or place it like that. Place it like that to see if you are on the right track, you are doing the right thing. You love what you are seeing. So this is how it's going to be. Do you understand? So I'm measuring 14 inches from the shoulder. This one is going to save me as a mark, just a guide. So an elderly person, you mark like 15. It's going to depend on where you want that break to be. It's going to depend on where you want that break to be. It can be half of your length, or you can be 1 inch top, half of your length, or 1 inch below half of your length. Do you understand? So it's going to depend on where you want your break up to be. So on this one too, you can make a style out of it. Some people would design it, would design at the tip of it. But this one, if you look at the design, there's no design nowhere. It's always flat. It's straight. You understand? It's straight. This, you can make a design. I've seen some of the designs. Some have make a design there, But this one, they are straight like this. So I'm going to substitute it inside like this one. So it's going to be something like this. You need to arrange everything here like this to see if you love what you are looking. If you will appreciate it, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Comment, like, and share. Tell a friend to tell a friend about more IFC. It is what it is. So this is how the design is going to be. Do you understand? This is how the design. So from here, you just measure and see. If it is too big for you, you just have to shape upward. Then you just reduce it. Like I said, placing of this one, after placing it, you need to determine where you want it to be. So if it is too long, you just have to trim some part off. If it is too short, you just have to add some to it. You already cut it. Do you understand? So after this, you have to pin it. I'm pinning only the one in the middle. Only the one in the middle that I'm pinning. I'm not going to pin everything. No, it's only the one that in the middle that I'm pinning it to the one inside. So let's get on to the sewing machine. There's a way of sewing this one. There's a way how to sew it, and there's a trick, the tip that I will share with you when we get there. So let's go and do all this together. Do you understand? I'm not going to do it and come back and tell you I've done it. I'm going to show you how to go by it and show you the trick that you need to pay attention to it. So like I said, this is the 2. You can see I'm joining parts. I'm adding some to the method 2, the fabric 2, the fabric that I labeled 2. I'm adding some to it. Like I said, it was too short. It's advisable to, when cutting it, you just add extra 2 inches or 3 inches to it so that you have more space over there. Follow me on Facebook, it's Mora FC. My Facebook page is linked to my WhatsApp. If you want to say hi to me, if you have a problem with any style, you can send it to me, then I will give you a free assistant. I can add you to our group chat. It's very educative, where I give a free assistant to every designer that want, ask any question that want, prefer to know anything. Anything about sewing. It's Mora FC. It is well. So after joining it, you just have to go and iron it. For that part, just have to iron it. So you can see this is the 2. This is the 2, the fabric 2 that I just added some to it. So you make sure that when cutting it, you just have to add extra to that part. So this is the way that we're going to sew it. This is the way that we're going to stitch it. And like I said, there's a tips here. There's a trick here that you need to pay attention. When you put it, you need to make that place have to be flat, straight. Obviously, the way I place it, you can see that I'm going to open it. You need to check. Make sure that everything is straight. Then you pin it. You can see that I'm checking so that I pin everything. If you have a problem with any style, just link me up on Facebook. It's Mora FC. My page is linked to my WhatsApp, and you can say hi to me. And if you want to be my friend, you are welcome. Okay, everybody is welcome. So Mora FC. So after pinning it, you just have to cross check and see that it falls right. Then you just have to add the other pin. You just keep on pinning it. Give it like 4 pins over there. You can see I pin the top and I pin the bottom. After that, I just close it to see if it lays all right, like the way I wanted it to be. This is my last pin that I'm pinning. You can see that when I pin, I cross check and see that if it lay flat, down flat. You can see this part is straight. This part is straight. It have to be the same. It have to be straight, the same. With the inside one, the one that I label 1, it have to follow the same line. So remember, we measure the one that we put at the middle. It was 14. Just have to measure it. That is where we're going to end, exactly at the tip of it. So this is my 14. Then we're going to sew on the line, the folding part. You're going to sew there. There is another tips here, but that tip will come when I'm stitching the third one. Yeah, here I've shown you how to put it there, to pin it. I've shown you how to do by it. You remember the one that we put in the middle, it was 14, so you need to end exactly at 14. At the tip of it, you can feel it with your hand. You can see that that's the way it's supposed to end. So when we take off the pin and we flip it back like this, you can see that still we have the same. It's not longer than any part. No place is longer than any place. You can see that this is where we ended. You can see exactly at the tip of it, exactly just at the tip of it. Do you understand? So we're going to do the same thing to this part. You put it there, make sure this part is straight. So we are fixing the fabric that we label 2. That's what we are fixing first. So we're going to follow the same procedure. You pin it, then you check and see if it lays down flat, lies flat or and brainy bro free. Sane baba. And twice. So you can see after pinning it, you need to end exactly at the tip of it. You can feel it with your hand, and you can make a notch or take a pen and mark that part. You understand, to know where you are ending, where you are stopping. You understand? So after pinning it, then I'm going to sew. Sewing here, stitching this one on it, there's another tips that I want to share with you. Like I said, that will come after I have joined the 2, and I'm going to join the third one as well. That's when I'm going to reveal the secret. Another tip there, to understand, it's more IFC, it is what it is. So I've shown you how you place the fabric and how to sew it to where to end. I can't tell you all the secret here alone. I'll tell you the other one, so that if you jump, you're not going to get that one. So maybe you do, and you're going to get it smooth like the way I got it smooth. To understand, I'm giving you all the tips, the tricks that you need. Achieving is very simple and easy. It's more IFC. It is what it is. Connoisseur. So you can see there is the 2. We have done with the 2. We have stitched the 2 to 8. When you check, you can see that this is what you are looking for. You can leave it this way and you continue if you want, but if you want to add this one, you add this one too. This is the third one that we are going to add, the 3. This is the third one. Basically, when you are doing with this style, you need to go for a lighter fabric. You need to go to a lighter fabric. You need to go a lighter fabric, not heavy fabric. It's going to be heavy. Go for a fabric that is really light. That is really light. You can see here, it have to be straight always the time. You need to make sure that that place have to be straight. All of them have to be straight. They fall on the same line. You can see that I'm checking again. I'm doing the same thing that we did on the 2. I'm repeating it again on the 3rd. Like I said, the place how to sew it. There's a tips there that I will share with you right now. So pay attention to here as well. Like I was saying, this part, this kind of style, you need a really lighter fabric to go by. Don't go and take a heavy fabric. It's going to look heavy on you. So give me a thumbs up. It's more IFC. It is what it is. This is a requested video. This was a requested video. This was a requested video. So I'm teaching you the right way how to go by this. After finishing, you will see that there will not be no top stitching. You're not going to see a thread. Some people may sew on top and you're going to see a lot of thread on top. It's not going to look nice. It's not going to look beautiful. It's advisable to sew it so that no one will see the thread in front. You know the pattern, there are a lot of pattern in front. So let's say that you're going to sew in front, it's going to be a lot of thread, short thread, and it's not going to look beautiful. So this is the right way how to go about this one, and easy like ABCD. So these the tips that I was talking about. It's not time to show you the other tips that I'm talking about. It's more IFC. It is what it is. So when sewing it, make sure that you don't sew exactly on the line folded. Remember, we folded, you know, that line that is there that we are sewing on top to attach it to it. You make sure you don't sew inside of it. You don't sew exactly on it. Don't sew exactly on the line. Make sure you come inside like 0.1 or 0.2. Then you sew, you know, that will give you a beautiful work. I'll show it to you. So you can see this is the line. This is the line. This is the actual line, but you can see that this is my thread. You just have to go away from the line a little bit inside. Don't sew exactly on the line. So I've just used my pen to show you the line, but I didn't sew exactly on the line. I just came inside so that when you open it like this, you're going to give you a smooth and a shape, a beautiful work done. You see, let's do this one and I'll show it to you again for you to see. So that's how you're going to sew the part 2, the 3 all together. That's how you're going to stitch it to it, so that when you flip it, you're going to see that you're going to lay down flat. Kevin boy, down flat. It is what it is. So you can see that I always check. You have to check and see that you are doing the right thing. Don't just do brrr. As when I'm doing, I'm checking. So if you are following my lead, you just watch what I'm doing, then you do it, then you get the right thing. So after here we have not done, I'm going to teach you how to stitch the bottom side. You know, there's a way of going by that part. There's a way to go by that part. So I will show you how to go by it. So after we have done here, that part is coming. So you can see I'm still checking my 14. You can see I put a pen mark over there. You make sure you start exactly at where the one that we put at the middle inside. You make sure you fall exactly at the tip of it. If you want to join my WhatsApp group, my Instagram, just follow me on my Facebook, it's Morai FC. Instagram is Morai FC. Telegram is Morai FC. So this is what I was talking about. If you look at it, this is the actual line. There's a space that I left. I didn't sew exactly on the line. No, the line folded, I didn't sew exactly on it. So you pay attention to that part as well. So you can see how beautiful it is. So from here, you just iron it, then you cut your shoulder slope, your shoulder neck, your neck, and your armhole. There's something I want to show you here. You can see there's no top stitching here. Some people will top stitch and they will top stitch, and you're going to see a lot of thread over there. It's not going to look nice. You can see that we fall exactly at where we left the other part. You can see it falls exactly at that part. That place, some people may make a style over there. If you can make a style over there, well, before putting it over there. But what we are doing is straight. There's no style over there, and we didn't stitch nowhere. So you just have to cut your shoulder slope, your armhole, and your neck. If you want to learn how to cut a senator top, I'll leave the link in the description box below. There's a perfect way how to cut a senator top neck. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. You can see the one inside, the bottom side is already been folded. I've not opened it. It's short. You can see this part. That's the one inside. If you want to join my WhatsApp group, Mora FC Family, follow me on my Facebook. My page, Mora FC, is linked to my WhatsApp. You can send me hi, say your name, where you from, approach nicely. It is what it is, you know. Learn how to approach people nicely, you know. And introduce yourself a little bit. And here we go. So I'm using 2 inches over here, 2 inches, and 1.5 inches here. This is not an elderly person, really. So we follow the same procedure. I might go fast here, you know, I'm gonna go fast, but you can catch up. I just have let it fall on into this is your back shoulder. You divide your shoulder into 2, then you have 1/2 inch to it. And I'm using the same back shoulder to make the armhole. Then you cut, as simple as that. And the neck, like I said, I have a tutorial how to cut a perfect neck, all sizes. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box below. Do well and check it out. So this part, you can see this part is, you can top stitch. Like I said, I don't want to put a lot of thread in front of there. I don't want to no thread. I don't want to see no thread, so I'm not going to top stitch. But rather put an hemming gum over there, or you can hem it with your hand. So let's deal with this part. This part we know how to deal with this part. So left with the one left, the hanging one. So you just have to join the back. I've joined the back together. I've joined the back, so go and join the back to the front together. I've done that right now. So you can see the front is the one inside is shorter than the other two, to understand. So it can be 1 inch away or 1.5 inch away. It's okay. It's not that too long, you know. But if you want it to be too long, you can just 2.5 or 2 inches. So you just have to fold it. Make sure you measure it. I'm not measuring it. You just show that you measure it. Make sure that you are dealing with 1 inch or 1.5 inch or 1/4 of an inch longer than the one in the middle inside, to understand. But when folding it, you need to make sure that you mark, you check, so that you get a straight line, so that one will not be longer than the other one. So this is how we're going to deal with the back, the front, the longest one. You can see you just have to fold this part. Just pay attention here. This angle have to fold here, and this line have to fall on this line. This line fall here, this line fall here. That's how we're going to fold it. You need to fold it well. Check the point is there, the middle, you have to mark the middle. That's where you're supposed to end. You pull your hands there, then you let the line fall on each other like this, and this line will fall inside like this. When dealing with this part, there are 2 ways. I have my method of doing it, you know. I have my method of doing this. I don't do it this way, you know. I don't do it this way, you know. Sometimes doing this way, you waste my time. You waste my time when I'm doing this way. Sometimes you do it and it overlap each other and blah blah blah. When I'm doing here, when I'm working this part of angle, this kind of style, I have my own method, my calculation where I go by it, if you have been following me. So we're going to fold 1/2 inch here. You fold 1/2 inch here. It's important you fold it before we stitch everything. You fold 1/2 inch. Give me a thumbs up, Charlie. Give me a thumbs up. It's Morai FC. It is. Comment, like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about Morai FC. It is. So this is how we're gonna get it. You can see one is longer than the other one. It's normal. It's normal. So I'm gonna teach you how you can handle that part. You know, to join that part together. I'm gonna teach you how to go by it. So let's get on to the machine. Sewing machine. So this is how it should be. How to be something like this. No top stitching. Gonna lay down flat and smooth and beautiful like this. So let's start. We have to open it this way to unfold it. This point and this point of line have to come together. They have to come together. This line. Remember, we folded 1/2 inch, so we need to continue with the 1/2 inch. Let it more than the lines there. Let it cross the line. Then you flip it to the right side. Remember, we have a point at the middle, so make sure you stay on the line of the point. Remember, pay attention that one is longer than one, so don't try to make it equal, to attach each other equal. One is longer than the other one. You can see that I've left some space over there because one is longer than the other one. So I'm not going to try to squeeze it to make it equal. For that place, the measurement, they are not equal. So definitely the one will be longer than the other one. So when stitching, you make sure you end where the short one ends. You can go straight away if you want, but just end where the short one ends. And remember, you have to sew it. The 1/2 inch that we did, you need to sew on top of it. You understand? To hold that 1/2 inch. So I'm going to fold it in like this, and you flip it just like that. Very simple and easy. So when you do this, we're going to see that your 1/2 inch is still folded because we sew on top of it. You can see all we need is iron. Voila. So let me do, you can see this one is longer than the other one, you can see. So let me do that again. Let me do this one for you to know what I mean. You can see that they are not the same. One is short and one is long. So we just have to maintain the same procedure that we took. This line, we meet this line, but we have to fold a 1/2 inch there to cross that line there. Then the middle point like this, they come together. The line here have to match to each other. So don't try to pull it for it to be equal. Be wondering that one is longer than the other one. What will I do? It's not tallying, it's not matching. But just have to pay attention to the short one. As far as they are on the same lane, I just chopped some part off. I don't want it to be showing. So just have to flip it like that. Then you turn it. Tell a friend about Morai FC. It is what it is. So when you flip it, it will be something like this. Very, very simple and easy. We just iron it. So what we're going to do to other part, that part you can hem it if you want. You can use your pin and thread and hem it. And I'm going to put my hemming gum over there. You can see I'm putting my hemming gum over there. Splashing some water on it to be fast. When I work on the hemming gum, if you want it to be very, very fast, you just have to splash some water on it. and it will be very fast for you. So this one is the inside one, the one that we label 1. That's the inside. After that, this one too, after iron it, then you put your hemming gum, you put it this side, and you iron it. That's what you're going to do with the rest. Like I said, you can hem it with your hand, or you can just put this gum over there, the top stitch. It's more IFC. It is what it is. Do this style and send it to me. Let me see. I want you guys to do it. Just send it to me on my WhatsApp, and I will appreciate that. I will appreciate that if you do it, because that tells me that what I'm teaching you, you truly understand what I'm teaching you and you are getting it. It is what it is. So after that, we're going to flip it for you to see the end results of it. You can see we've done that. We have done everything. Give me a thumbs up, like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend about more IFC. It is what it is. So I'm just showing the end results of it. This, you can pop the neck, or you can just do turnover and you just put a zip on the shoulder. You can see how beautiful it is. It's more IFC. It is what it is. So what I'm doing, I'm done with this one. You will see. Let me do with that part. You can see I've done that part. Everything look nice and beautiful. You can see this is how it is. Beautiful work done. You can see as you can see, this is how it's supposed to be. So that's the back. I'm folding the back. So the back have to be the same with the longest of the front, not the short one, not the short front. So the back have to be the same length with so you can see this how it will be. It's more IFC. It is. Just look how beautiful it is. Charlie, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Join my WhatsApp group, more IFC. Everywhere you go, it's more IFC. On Facebook, on TikTok, everywhere it's more IFC. It is what it is. Thank you.